I think if you're watching this, I just hope what they get from this is that aliens are real. They are loving entities, loving creatures. They helped us start our civilizations. They're not here to destroy
Oh,
it.
yeah.
So anything that is different than that is false. Don't believe it. And you can actually connect with them on your own too.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
how if someone's interested and
what's
wants
the
to learn
protocol?
more
What's
about
the
this,
protocol?
Who should they reach out to? If there's specific groups, Facebook groups?
Yeah, so I'm actually in a Facebook group here in the Pacific Northwest, and it's awesome because I love that because you can do it in a group setting where you feel a little bit more safe.
Yeah.
It kind of might be crazy sounding if you go to like your family and friends and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna find aliens." If they haven't seen it, they might be like, "This guy's ever since his dad died, he's lost it." But so that's really cool. But really, what you should do is watch Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind.
Yep.
There's an app called CE5,
Yeah.
Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, and it walks you through the protocol. It allows you to connect with other people in your community to meet up. But it literally takes you step by step. But really, it's simple. You start about 30 minutes with a meditation, a guided meditation, where you center yourself, you calm down, you turn your brain off, and you really concentrate on getting your brain, your subconscious, and your heart in coherence. So when I did it, I really focused on feeling love in my heart and then using my brain to communicate with them. So I would feel that, and I would feel where they're at in the cosmos, and I would connect with them and then invite them here and have a full-on conversation one way, right? So it's, hey, my name is Brendan. I'm from planet Earth. I'm here to, you got to have a pure intent and whatnot. And so,
Are you meditating saying this?
yeah, so I'm meditating, and then as I'm connecting with them and feeling as if I'm connecting with them, then I'm telling them, here's who I am. My intention here is to connect with other loving entities in the world, to feel universal consciousness and oneness, and to help be a vessel to usher in oneness with your kind, and want to invite you here and use me as a tool to allow this to be done in a safe and loving way. And when I did that and just kind of fully surrendered myself, got rid of all fears, I saw a little, looked like a star in the sky, appear, float down right in front of me, from up here, right in front of my eyesight, stop, and then when I was like, okay, move, it shot off and disappeared. And so I was like, okay, that was cool. Maybe it's a shooting star. Do it again. And then boom, it appeared again, moved back down in the center of my view, and then went in a different direction. And it looked as if it was like almost like a rock, that you skip. And it was like, and lights were coming off of it. And then did it 3 times in a row. And then I called people, and then it went away because I broke the connection, I think. But my intention then was not to connect with them. It was to be like, holy shit, they're real! Facebook. Yeah. Right? But yeah, and had always been scared. But to being like, I'm a little bit scared. Like, maybe don't show up 10 feet in front of me. Can you just gently appear so I know this is real? And then it's the beginning of a relationship. I'll form with them.
I don't know if I'd want them to, appear, put their hand on my shoulder.
Right? If those experiences.
So I'd be like, yeah, come down, let's dap up, let's
Right?
talk. I would be totally
Let's get some
down.
beers.
No, I would totally want to be like, dude, I'd be like, because my point is like this, like, dude, if you already wanted to hurt me or kill me or do something to me, you would have already done it. Like, you would have, like, if I'm asking you to come down and you want to do that, like, I think you could. I'd be like more open to them. I wouldn't want to see just this like that. That's cool, definitely. I'd be crazy, but I'd be like, dude, no, come down.
Well, that's what I said after that. I was like, okay, come closer.
Yeah,
but I started calling people, but the other thing too is that they don't just communicate visually like that.
Yeah.
If you're like afraid of it and whatnot, they'll communicate with you in your dreams, and there's other ways to communicate, which is they'll send thoughts to you. They'll a lot of really cool ways. It's honestly a really beautiful thing that we should not be afraid of.
We'll try it out.
Let's do it together.
No, if I come back with hair, you guys know it worked.
Yeah.
full hair.
If I come back with
it. Yeah. No. We should definitely do that. Let's do it, and we'll come back on the pod here, and we'll give our experience whether it worked or didn't work. Right. We can say whatever is, but I think it would be just I think it would be just cool to try it out. If it did work, then holy shit, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. I mean, you see it working on the CE5
So question.
documentary.
So
yeah.
okay. So like I see some of the recordings they show of like like what they see is so. So my question is so if you're with a bunch of people, say us three, right? We're doing it, and let's say Rob's just kind of recording. He's not really in on it, right? And then you and me are doing it, and then it comes. Would Rob be able to still see it as well, or only we be able to see it?
I think Rob would be able to see it in the cameras and stuff. I don't know if they would come though, because the power of doing a group meditation is you're amplifying the loving frequencies, right? And that's why they want to come, is because they want to connect with other loving entities that are increasing their vibration to the highest frequency possible. So,
and then some of them only appeared on like infrared. Like some people appeared right in their face. Some people felt it right next to them, and so it was different experience.
Well, one of them was showed. Remember, didn't it show like you thought it was a bunch of ships, but it was actually one big mothership.
Oh yeah.
And then
other one shooting out.
Yeah. I think the important thing is your intention on it.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important thing. So if we came with the intention of like blowing up on social media, probably not going to come. And the other thing is, look at what our government's doing, right? They're wanting to create a false flag. They've shot down alien spaceships before. They're trying to reverse engineer it. So coming to this planet is dangerous for them. So I think that's a big part that they talk about, that I think it's overseen in the documentary, is when you're talking to them or connecting with them, invite them if it's safe. Acknowledge that you understand that, hey, I might not see you if it's not a safe place to come right now. And that's why they might show up as like an orb or in a different frequency, so that they're not going to be harmed, right?
I mean, I wouldn't really care about like telling people, oh, I saw one or whatever. If I saw one, that alone would just be cool to have, like, try to develop a relationship and just work on the relationship. That's it. That itself would just be cool. Like, all right, cool.
Again, Gaia app, there's all these conversations that some people have had with Taigetans, another humanoid alien race. So, dude, there's so much stuff out there.
So, you mentioned reptile people.
Reptilians, yeah.
Reptilians. So, are you saying the American Airline girl's seen one of these then?
Possibly. She said.
What did she say?
So she was saying some guy's not real, but I don't know if she actually said the person looked like a reptile, or if that was the story they ran with somebody afterwards. Because then there's some girl out in the middle of nowhere that, like, I guess she does like a radio or a podcast, like a trailer out of the middle of nowhere in America, right?
Yeah.
And she's like she has so many like subscribers, or so many like people that listen to her, because she's all about talking about the reptilian people and how they live among us and all that kind of stuff. And then, but anyways, it goes back to I was just joking around with the American Airline. Like, a lot of people ran with the story like it was a reptilian person that they saw, like the guy's eye was like sideways winking or whatever. But then there was like there's a third video of her now. Like, she was caught at the airport, right?
Same outfit.
Same outfit, as her apologize thing. And she's like, oh, I can't say what it was. I can't
Still
say what
hasn't admitted what she saw.
Yeah. Which I don't think she saw anything. I think, like, again, she probably, like we mentioned, she probably had some drinks, maybe some medication, and then she
her words all right.
Yeah, and she got mad that her relative who stole her AirPod, and she's like, I'm gonna fuck your vacation up too. Then this plane ain't gonna go nowhere, right? So.
Insane.
Yeah. But anyways, I was joking around though, because you're like reptilian, so it's like, oh, so she did see that. Right?
So Gaia app is GAIA.
GAIA, yeah. Download it. What I love about that app is that it's not just about aliens and deep space and ancient civilizations. It's also about like yoga and Kundalini yoga. I can't say that word. Kundalini. I can't say it. Anyway, Ayurveda techniques for better health, all this stuff around just human consciousness and enlightenment, and aliens just happen to be part of it. And I think it fits beautifully because they're out there, they exist, and they're part of us. We're part of them.
And then you got to practice as consciousness and use the force.
Yeah,
you gotta use the force, man.
Basically, it's
so that's what he said. In the force, where they make somebody change their mind, right? When they're like, you open the door, right? It's like you're trying to bend that consciousness, right, to that person. Like, you're gonna do this.
Yeah, I mean, even using the force to, when Luke Skywalker's blindfolded and he knows where the laser's gonna be. It's, we got to stop thinking with this, and we got to start thinking with this. This is the connector, and this is even like so much there. The planet Earth's resonance is the same as our heart too, and as the planet begins to raise its resonance, our heart will, and we'll all evolve into a different density, not dimension, density.
Well, that's the other thing in the Flash that I mentioned, like, because the guy mentioned going through objects.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like in the Flash, he could break down and go into stuff, right?
Yeah, because he's at a higher resonance, right?
So that's what I'm saying, yeah.
So the vibrations are going faster, so it's able to go through things.
Yeah. So that's got to work on that too now.
So if you look up Buddhism, quantum physics, aliens, spirituality, it all
and watch the Flash.
Is the same. Every religion has truth to it.
Well, they all talk about the consciousness and
depending on how you decide to interpret it. Like Jesus died at 33. Well, you have 33 vertebrae. Mm-hmm. Jacob's ladder is actually the energy going up your spine and into your pineal gland, which is your third eye, that then gives you an awakening and opens those other densities for you to be able
Not
to.
Not this side.
There's so much there, guys. It's crazy. Like we've been lied to, maybe not lied to, but misdirected and misguided. And it's sad because religion could have been this beautiful thing that ushered in all this amazing, euphoric world in which we live in, where everybody's connected and we're just living to live and experience it. But instead, you had people come in to control, take over, be in power, money, capitalism. We need cogs in the wheel now to be able to make us more money. Mm-hmm. They took over our healthcare, took over our education, all in the name of them being more rich, and it's been detrimental to our human society.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what else you guys want to touch on this topic then?
I think we're good.
Go do CE5.
CE5.
Well, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, right? Yeah. We gotta do this. So I want to try this out. We'll see what's up with this. So it'll be very interesting. So we probably shouldn't air what we did because we want pure intentions.
Pure intentions, yeah. Go into it with pure, loving intentions. For me, really, this was the beginning of my spiritual awakening. Mm-hmm. I watched CE5, began learning all this stuff, and then really dove into spirituality because it's all through meditation and going inward to find the answers. And then after my dad died, that really sped things up. And so what was beautiful about that, though, is that I realized they're all the same. It's all connected. It's all one. And so it's really cool. It's a beautiful world that we live in, beautiful universe when we tap into it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The way in which we live doesn't have to be, guys. I sound so crazy right now, but like all this stuff doesn't really exist. Like nothing has meaning unless we give it meaning. This is a microphone because we said it is, but really it could also be a chew toy, right? Yeah. Anyway,
materialism.
It's all materialistic, man. It's all ego-based. Anyways.
Well,
I lost all my credibility on this.
So if you're wondering why he wasn't here the last few times, this is why. So
got out of the psych house.
So I think he's going back in after this. But no, like I said, bottom line, I think we all agree that aliens do exist. You at home can decide if you think or not, but I think you probably agree with us.
Welcome aliens to come here with open arms and accept them, and we'll love them just as if they're one of you guys.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. So I just think if they were going to hurt us, they would have already done it. Definitely there's this agency in there that's controlling the narrative and has all the information, and they're supported with the industry complex, right, with those five companies, military industrial complex. They're supported by them, and they hold that as a back pocket if they need it. But the next thing for us is actually, I think it'd be cool, is us flipping the narrative on that and like you said, reaching out and creating this relationship to change it up that way, right?
Yeah, so. It's cool. It's beautiful.
Cool. All right. Well, I think go watch
Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind.
Yes. I think the Dr. Greer, right? He has a bunch of, like, the other ones that were good.
Unacknowledged, Disclosure. Yeah. There's so much out there now.
Are there no CE 1, 2, 3, and 4?
No. So Dr. Steven Greer, he literally created, when you watch it, he connected with the aliens, and they merged their meditation to create the protocol for how to do this. So.
I think the other ones you can't really control as much, right?
Well, I didn't know if they made other documentaries talking about
good question.
Yeah.
No, they haven't, but that'd be a really cool idea, actually, to talk about all the different encounters. But hey, if we play our cards right,
they
guys.
have the third kind, the fourth kind, guys. Go on the movies.
We can go dip in those spacecraft.
That's obvious. I'm like, hey, man,
give me a ride.
Yeah, can you just give us a ride real quick?
I mean, he talks a little bit about that too, where some people would meditate, and they would. So when you meditate, you have the ability to do astral projection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm scared.
So it's where your spirit body exits
Insidious.
Your body.
I can't do that after watching Insidious.
And you can float through the cosmos everywhere. And there's a guy that talks about how he would be flying through the cosmos, and hit a spaceship and kind of go in and whatnot. So
aliens like, what the hell?
Technically, you might be able to do Close Encounters of the Fourth Kind by just going inward and meditating.
Yeah. Are you watching Insidious?
No, not yet.
Oh my God! Whenever the dad when he was younger, he could astral projection, right? Astral projection, and then the son could do it, and the son was doing it, and a demon came in to take his body because they're saying if you astral project too far, something else could take over your body. So that's the other thing about it. So I was like, fuck that. I don't want to do any of that shit. Cause I was reading about it before, and then they're like, but be careful because I was like, oh, I'm done with this. So I was like,
so do you want to know something crazy? I don't know if this is real or not. I like to believe it, but every night, so like your body needs rest, but your spirit doesn't need rest, right? It doesn't have.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah,
right. So every night, your spirit, you do actually project. When you go into dreamland, so you're going into the fourth or fifth density, right?
Oh.
That's why you're able to have dreams and connect with the loved ones that have passed by. But you're connected by this little string, basically, they say.
But so it never because they're saying so they say like somebody dies, right? Whatever that you see your life flash, or you live in the like the one part of your thing, like you're living in your memories or your dream.
Your DMT's released, and you literally have your life flashes before your eyes. All these warm moments. So it's all this love. Boom, white lights, the veil's lifting, and all of a sudden you are merged back in with one.
Oh wow, interesting. And we're like Dr. Greer said, we're there, right? Well, interesting. I don't know. It's interesting stuff. I thought. I mean, I was kind of more skeptical about this stuff, but after watching it, like the document, not about the aliens, but the whole fifth kind and talking to him and trying whatever. But it is really interesting. I think he has a lot of. I think he has pretty good credibilities from the other documentaries he's made that people's watched.
It's all senior military, highest ranked officials in every military branch admitting it. And
for me, it's like seeing all the clips of the different timelines, different, they show different aircraft, different timelines. They show the date when it was, first shown, which is crazy because this is like 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. There are still pictures of it.
Even like the footage of orbs creating crop circles. Like, boom, okay, that mystery solved. We know what it is
now. We know what it is.
So. And just how crazy it was. Their logo for SETI or whatever had the three whatever. And as they came up with that, all of a sudden that appeared in a field next to them. So like you really are able to merge your consciousness through meditation with other living entities.
Well, he mentioned that the sixth person who walked on the moon, the doctor, whatever, like he got that oneness feeling in space. Yeah. And that's where he came up with the idea of what he's doing now, which is, I think, kind of in line with this as well, right? So, and then he got also the logo, I think, from there as well, or something. He thought, right? So, it's all interesting. I definitely go watch it and come to your own conclusions. But I think it's pretty convincing, I'd say.
I should say I am not an expert at all. I've just nerded out on a lot of these documentaries. So what I say may or may not be true, but it's something that I like to believe in because I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, do your own research.
Yep.
The only way you'll learn yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Learn yourself, man. Learn yourself.
Really, it is like go inward. Is learn it. Learn yourself.
So,
because gosh, as above, so below. Like we are a reflection of the universe. So like literally going inwards is accessing all the knowledge of the universe.
Yeah, exactly. And always remember, just to end it off on this. Remember, you have the technology to bring ET home.
It's true.
It's true. Mic drop.
Boom. And we out.